Tossing a whirly bird!
So, Hardline has been open to the public for a couple of days now, and I'm sure that all of you had a chance to play it. Now, for those of you who didn't, I think this is going to be a great video for you guys to watch if you're still on the fence about Battlefield Hardline. Now, is Battlefield Hardline a true Battlefield game, and is it a success? Or is it a failure? Well, I'm just gonna start off by saying yes. Okay, it's pretty simple. To me, Battlefield Hardline is fun, it is action-packed, and it offers a lot of variety gameplay-wise, more so than Battlefield 4. That is how I would describe the game right now. It is fun, it is fast, and it is stylish. Now keep in mind that this is just my own personal opinion. I liked what I got to see and play, of course, in both betas, and I was very looking forward to playing the final game. I somewhat knew what to expect, basically. I knew what I was getting into when I got the final game. However, I do understand why people are saying things like, this is just a DLC for Battlefield 4, it's too similar to Battlefield 4. I get that. Hardline shares a lot of assets with Battlefield 4. How the class system works, for example, things like choppers that have identical 50 cals on them, the same as in Battlefield 4, and the overall lack of innovation going into this new title. Now, I understand these concerns and feelings because to a certain extent, I kind of feel the same way. For example, on some maps and game modes, I feel like the transport heli and the attack heli, they really don't have a place there in this new title. You would almost think that they kept these things in there because they just wanted to stick with the usual Battlefield formula that works. The formula being giving people access to land, sea, and air vehicles to basically fight each other, and then you add explosions on top of that, Levolution, all that stuff. And that has worked for every Battlefield title. Of course, you know, except the Levolution part, which was only, you know, recent in Battlefield 4. And it was always designed around a military-themed shooter, but Hardline is not a military-themed shooter. In fact, the devs tried very hard to create something different and unique, and for the most part, they did a really good job. I believe Visceral tried their very best to create a unique Battlefield title. But you can clearly see that the game was meant to be a title that couldn't go too far away from the usual Battlefield formula we've all been enjoying and playing all these years. I believe that they intentionally kept a lot of the previous game mechanics and characteristics in order to get as many veterans across as possible to their new title. Now, from a commercial standpoint, that makes total sense. You're going to want as many people playing your game, and you certainly do not want to lose your current player base. So, you play it safe. And I believe that that is what Hardline essentially is. It's an attempt at trying something new, yet still very accessible and casual, but not too different so it wouldn't scare away any of the current player base. But all of this does not make Battlefield Hardline a bad game or a failure. It's a very good, objective-based shooter that holds some pretty epic gameplay. And to me personally, this game has an incredible fun factor. And that rapidly doubles when you play it with friends. It's a lot of fun. Now, all the previous things that I mentioned about the lack of innovation and all that stuff, it doesn't make Hardline a bad or a failed title at all. Hardline is a solid standalone game, and if any of you guys enjoyed the beta, you are most likely going to end up liking this product. And Hardline really does have a lot of great features, and one of the best, one of my favorites, is probably the game modes. We have a wide variety of game modes in this title that have their very own playstyle, and that's something that I miss from previous Battlefield titles. The game has really good gameplay balance between fun, tactical, and being more fast-paced compared to other Battlefield titles, and for that, of course, along with the unique visual style and design of the game, Visceral really did put down a successful game, a really good game, a solid Battlefield title. Now, of course, as you can imagine, because, you know, it's Battlefield and it's running on Frostbite, there are still some netcode-related issues. Now, those unfortunately haven't been completely wiped out, along with the horrible spawn system in TDM. I mean, that's just horrible. And some other annoying bugs and little quirks. But Visceral are working on them, and we should see a patch arriving fairly soon. They have tweeted it out. They said, we're working on them. We got things under control here at, you know, Hardline headquarters. So don't worry about that. They will fix it soon. Speaking of the netcode, for some unknown reason, I have no idea why, but some of the fixes from the CTE that have already been implemented into the vanilla version of BF4 haven't found their way into Hardline yet. So yeah, I don't know what that's about, but again, I do think it's just a matter of time before they roll out that patch and the game will perform better, hopefully. But things like hit registration does feel very solid and a lot better compared to Battlefield 4. It's a lot more snappier and responsive. It's just the delays that can feel a bit aggravating from time to time. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the multiplayer side of things for now, because, well, the game has just been out, there's not really been a patch just yet, so I'm waiting, I'm giving it time. I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I'm having a blast every time I play it. Again, there are some minor issues there, and from time to time, depending on what server you play on, you know, some of the netcode stuff does pop up more often. You get a bit angry, but the game is too much fun for me to just sit there and be angry at the game for these, what I consider, you know, small issues. I'll also cover the single player of Hardline in a separate video because I do feel that there is definitely a lot to be said there. And I'll tell you this for now. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, that's all I'll tease for now. Now, if you don't want to wait, however, and get in a good read, I suggest you check out the review on dawnbreakergaming.com. It is run by a good friend of mine, Snoov603. I'm hoping that is the good number. Not Snoov 306 or whatever. Anyways, it's Snoov. Everyone knows Snoov. I'm pretty sure that many of you out there have already heard about them or are aware who he is. He used to make a lot of good Battlefield content. I knew him through his Battlefield 3 weapon reviews when he was still playing on console. Anyways, I will link all of that stuff in the description. Very good gaming website. They cover a lot of good stuff. They cover news, updates, game reviews, and articles, all that good quality stuff. And most importantly, it's honest, and that is hard to find these days, anywhere on the internet. So, to recap Hardline's multiplayer, it is fun, it's a good Battlefield title, but it is a different flavor of Battlefield. And for me, that is a sweet color flavor with sprinkles on top, even though it does lack in innovation as a title that was intended to be something different inside the Battlefield franchise. But don't listen to me, what do I know? Let me know what you guys think of Hardline so far in the comments down below. Are you guys enjoying it, or is it just not really what you expected? Let me know all about it. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you do enjoy the video, because by now you watched it, so if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like and share the video, because it would be much appreciated by me, because I run the channel. I don't know what to say anymore. My name is Dolce, and I want to tongue punch your fart box. That was the comments of the day. Yep, I picked that one. My bad.